Tell them you never know.
We're gonna have ourselves a great night, man. I promise. We're gonna have a blast. Amazing venue. Shout out Jacob's Pavilion for having us. Love this place. Hopefully the weather holds up, but if it rains, it's the fucking lows, you know what I mean? We're celebrating the lows too, so it's okay. At least we got some cover. Let's start right here. You got a question? Put you right on the spot, big guy.
How much different is this tour compared to last tour now that you don't have Foley? Like, more business. I know. Right? No.
Now that Foley's gone, how much better is it?
But like the business focus compared to actually enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a kind of a deeper rooted question, to be honest. I'll talk about it a little bit during the set, but sometimes when you lose people, you gain, you know what I mean? And, you know, even what that shined a light on in my life was that there was things that I was being naive about. There was things I was being lazy about, if I'm being real. And just on the business side, I totally re-immersed myself in my businesses, and since then they've flourished so much. And you know, again, a hardship, that's kind of what we're talking about. Thankful for the lows as a concept. And really what I'm trying to say is, if you're going through hardship and you're able to understand it as it's happening, that there's something good that's gonna come out of it. One, I think you get through it faster, but two, it rings true if you're in that mindset. And for me, my life has gotten so much better since that's happened, although it was, sometimes you have to take a bunch of steps backwards to go jump ahead, you know, and that's what that felt like. It was definitely hard at times. There was definitely hard parts about it, but.
Do you feel like you're enjoying it just as equally as last tour, though?
I'm enjoying this more than ever, man. Yeah, I'm,
Don't say it's your last, brother. It's not your last. We got a third.
Know, man.
It's a trilogy, brother. It's a trilogy.
It's a trilogy album. I didn't say trilogy tour. But no, I mean, me being transparent about potentially not touring after this, that's just me being honest with you guys, as I'm really just, that's how I operate with y'all. I can't say for sure, and it's not because I'm not enjoying it. That's not the reason at all. I really am truly enjoying this more than anything in my whole career. So the level of presence that I've been able to establish, just being more, I'm gonna have some drinks tonight. We're gonna get a little fucked up, but overall, just being a lot more present, working on my presence and being present throughout this tour more than ever. Man, it's reaped so many benefits, and it's been such a positive experience. So thank you guys for making it that way. Yeah, good question, man. Raise your hand. Let's go right here. Amazing sunglasses. You look like you just came out of the outfield, man.
Yeah, thank you. I try so hard for you. If you were to name one person in your entire career, who would be the most influential to yourself?
Wow. Fuck, that's a good question,
Other
man.
than me, obviously.
Other than you? I don't know, man. I was going to go with you.
I was top 0.05% of listeners.
Really?
Since I was 15 years old.
Cheers, my guy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Give it up for Steve. Hell yeah. Fuck, man. You really hit me with a question I've never really pondered. If I had to pick one person outside of myself, and I'll give you that's not a cocky answer. I guess I would say that would be my answer, but your question is outside of myself. I would probably say my group of friends. So that's Kilmer, Fader, you know, Blue. Even Foley was in that group. But fuck Foley, but I'll give you that answer, that reasoning though. I'm not sure how far I would have took it if I didn't have my friends with me the whole time, and I think there's a really special essence of what was captured with us doing it together. Was I was able to bring like the team and the home environment. I was able to bring home with me to a certain extent. I was also able to bring what I came from, baseball, having a team, like having a group of buddies to do this with. I would honestly, if I had to pick someone or a group of people, that would be it, because I don't know how far I would have went without that element, you know what I mean? And it was able to stay so organic and so real. And the music industry is brutal, man. It's not a fun place to find new friends. It's actually pretty shitty, you know? So going to LA, going on the journey I've gone all across the world, without the home base and the home team with me, I don't know how it would have panned out, but I don't think it would have panned out nearly as well, you know? And the close second answer is you guys as a group, for real, the fan base. It really is like it's no bullshit. It's just like the nuts and bolts of it all. It's like what holds it all together is real people fucking with the music or fucking with whatever I'm doing and supporting it. It's the only way I was able to ever do it independently like this. So yeah, that was a long-winded answer, but that was all I got, man. You hit me. Good question, man. And thanks for listening so long, man. Shit, let's go right here.
My question is, what is the best song on your album and why?
To me, the best, it's like picking a favorite kid, you know? It's not easy. On the new album you're talking about?
Yeah, the highs.
Yeah, fuck. I would say, on the highs or the lows?
Highs.
The highs? My favorite is Rodman. Yeah. Yeah. I remember all these songs are just moments in time, but there's certain ones that I just remember so vividly, like, I guess what I was going through at that time or what inspired it or where it sparked. I was getting pretty, what would be the word? Anxious / I felt, you know that feeling when you know you have to make a change? This was right before I left Los Angeles for good. I was living there for 6 years. And a lot of my identity was tied to like, oh, I have to be in Hollywood. I have to be here. This is where it happens, you know? And coming out of that realization and then also just being able to kind of graduate from it and just go further on my own, take my own path even more so than I was doing. Rodman represented a time where COVID had happened. I was getting very stir crazy in Los Angeles, and we would just get in the car every day and just drive down the PCH. And I would just look out the window, stop at the beaches, and there was so much, I don't know, peace that I was finding on those rides. And I remember just jotting down like PCH driving, I needed inspiring, you know?
We love Rodman.
You love Rodman?
That is a bop.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so it represents like a pretty transformative time in my life. That was kind of where I said goodbye to LA, and it was really the best thing I ever did. So great tune too, you know? Yeah, thank you. Want to go right next to you?
Since becoming an artist, what would you say is your highest high and your lowest low?
Huh. Getting deep in here tonight, Cleveland. I guess the highest high, I would say, you guys are asking questions I haven't really gotten. The highest high for me, honestly, has been, you know, I wouldn't necessarily pinpoint one point in time. I would just say this last, like, let's call it the last couple years, since I rebranded from Mike, you know, Mike Stud to Mike, I guess my highest high would just be finding my own self-peace throughout it all. Mike Stud was searching for it. You know, hats off to that guy. He was young and he was searching for it. But I guess just finding my own peace on the journey was like really a true high. You could say, oh, you know, sold out shows or any of the things, the achievements of it, that comes and goes, you know? I'm not super hung up on the achievement aspects of it, you know? But I think the personal achievement of finding peace through this journey to the point where I'm able to wake up and enjoy my days, you know, that would be my highest high. It's not really a moment. It's more a phase that I feel like I've earned over time. I'm giving you guys boring answers. I'm sorry. This is just the truth. And the lowest lows, I would say, was this last, the whole Foley thing, that whole phase. There was a phase, kind of captured it in the documentary if you've seen it. The Upside Down documentary was talking about this phase where I just felt like everything got turned upside down. All the people I thought I had real relationships with or I was even helping, just kind of slapped in the face by some of the actions, not just Foley, but a few core people in my group of friends. And I mean, I know how I'm grateful that these are my lowest lows. Like these are champagne problems. Everyone, if you're a human, you go through ups and downs, and there are people that go through way harder shit than I've gone through, and I'm aware of that, you know? So I'm grateful that my lows are just that, because I really, that perspective helped me a lot as I got through that, you know? I meet people and I talk to Steves every day that have way, way harder circumstances than myself. So a lot of times you guys inspire me by the conversations I have. So yeah. Sorry for the long-winded answers, guys. Let's go right here.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
So, at what point in your career did you realize the transformation from becoming more of the songwriter into the performer and, you know, just flipping that switch? When did that really occur for you?
Yeah. Again, I wouldn't necessarily pinpoint a time, but I know in like the end of 2018, when I started to kill, I was essentially killing off the Mike Stud brand in that time. And it took a little bit of patience, because from the outside, it looked like I was almost falling off or I was done, you know what I mean? But really, I was getting ready for the Mike phase. In regards to your question though, man, every single step is so important, man. And if I could preach anything to you guys or leave you with any message, is to cherish every single one of them, whatever that next step brings. For me, I answered him saying my highest high was just arriving to this place. It's just every step was important, man. There wasn't a time where I get it now, you know? It was really a brick by brick process. And I think, as cliche as it is, the journey is the destination. I said that a long time ago before I understood it, really, but truly on the seat I sit in now, I understand each step was just an equally important step, you know? Even the steps I took backwards, they're equally important in the journey to arriving whatever you think your place is in the world, you know? Whether it's music or whatever your passion is, you know? I don't know if that's a real answer for you, but
I mean, I asked that question because I'm a songwriter myself.
Yeah.
I've been in songwriting rooms, and
yeah.
you know, that's what I was told. You have to flip that switch at one point to become that entertainer. And you know,
I think all your answers are inside of yourself.
yes, I was told
All the
you know,
things that I preach to talk about, just the self-exploration, is I can stand up here and give you answers that reflect some of my truth as good as I can on the spot here. But at the end of the day, the answers are within yourself. And I know it sounds a little cheesy saying that, but that's why I talk about what I talk about. The time that I've spent with myself, that was where most of my clarity and my arrival to the artist you see now, where it looks like I have it figured out. I think a lot of it is credited to the time that I took a step back and went inward. I stopped partying, man. I stopped bullshitting. I stopped hanging out with people that didn't fill my cup. And I really did take a lot of alone time. And for anyone, artists or anyone in general who feels a bit disconnected from where they're supposed to be, I think all the answers are within yourself. Let's go right here.
Hey, how are you?
Nice jersey, man. Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I was about to say, there's only 200 of these out there.
True, you got one, man.
This isn't the question, but this is a comment. What are the odds that you could sign this and make it a one-on-one for me?
I think I could sign that. I definitely can do that for you. Yeah.
Real question. Out of all the music, even Nike Stud, even till now, what is the most gratifying song to you? When you finished it, when you put it on the album, whether you released it as a single, you were like,
Interesting.
that turned out exactly the way I wanted it. That is exactly the sound I needed.
Yeah. Man, to be completely honest with you, this entire mic sound, that's what that feels like. If people like it, kind of connected to what I was just saying, if people like it or don't like it, by the time it's finished and I put it out, I've made my peace with it. You know what I mean? I really do feel like that's why it feels like I've elevated. You know what I mean? I landed at a place where I'm able to execute what's in my heart. And songs vary. You know, songs vary. You know, this guy might like this song and he might not, you know, but in my heart, you know, that's really where it all lands for me, is if I love it, I let it fly and I have peace with it. And whatever the fucking results are, they don't really matter to me, man, you know? It's a cop-out answer, you know, but at the same time, there's definitely one moment I remember before I changed to Mike. In the Mike Stud era, I didn't have that feeling. I was searching still, and we definitely landed on some good ones. The first time I ever had that feeling, though, was these days, where I made something and I was just like, man, this is kind of exactly, this feels exactly right, you know? And then, you know, it ended up being true in that regard, you know? But again, as a creator, you can't please everybody. So the biggest key is pleasing yourself. And I feel like this whole mic era, that's what that is for me. I feel at peace with everything I make at this point. Yeah.
Hey, we've never been happier. I love it, Steve.
Hell yeah,
And
thank
if
you
you
so
want to sign
much.
it, I got you.
Yeah, I will. I got you. I'll sign it before I get out. For sure. Let's go right here.
On a less serious note,
Yeah.
Chief Wahoo or Guardians?
Chief Wahoo, man. Chief Wahoo, this is fire. I think they should go back to this, you know? Hell yeah. You guys fucking with the merch? You guys like it, the Cleveland stuff? Hell yeah, hell yeah. Let's go. Who's got more questions? Let's go back here. Just come up a little bit so he can hand you the mic.
I
That's
just
what's
wanted
up.
to ask you, so like
Yes, sir.
highs, the lows, in betweens, have you felt like you've went through that phase in your life yet to make that album?
Yeah, yeah. The in-betweens are already in the works, you know? They're in the works. The way I create music, man, none of the song, I guess I would say it's weird, but I don't feel like I write the songs. I feel like they write themselves, and I'm just, as I'm going through my life, my job is to like channel it, get it out, get the idea onto the computer, into the Pro Tools. And then from there, my phases of finishing is me revisiting ideas that I just got out, you know? And I think my favorite part about the highs, lows, in-betweens, this whole branding and this whole concept is it's so real and true to me. And the lows with 35 songs, because I went through a bunch of lows, you know what I mean? And just from, it's a kind of a microcosm of life. The higher you go, you know, the lower you're gonna go on the other side of it, you know? And I had my highest highs. When I made the highs, I was really celebrating that feeling and that party, the partying element. And then coming out of that, you know, there was a lot of lows realizing that, one, I needed to change some things in my life. And then, you know, a lot of things happened in my life that brought on the lows, and it was so real and so organic to me, you know what I mean? The In-Betweens is my last album, and I'll tell you why. The in-betweens is like where you're supposed to live your life. Extremes of anything is no good. So the extreme highs or the extreme lows, the in-betweens is my version of yin and yang. You know what I mean? And that's where balance is, that's where harmony is. And that's really the goal, is to like live in the middle, you know what I mean? And go with the ebbs and the flows and ride the highs and the lows, and not be so, I guess, attached to what's happening. The highs, I was very attached to what was happening. The lows is kind of where I, you know, obviously went lower than I've ever gone, but my goal really is to end right there in the middle and be able to go with the ebbs and flows of life. So the In-Betweens will be the last album. I don't know when it will be, but it's already in the works, and it's gonna be wavy, man, you know? That's it. That's all I got.
I just want to say also, it's my best friend Logan's birthday out here.
Hell yeah, happy
27 today.
birthday, brother. Happy
God,
birthday.
man. Just wanna say-
Cheers, man. You got a question? Go ahead.
All right, Mike, kind of curious about this one. So if we could rewind time back 15 years,
Yeah.
you knew you were going to be this successful in the music industry versus knowing you're going to be an ace in the majors, which route would you have gone and why?
Without a doubt, not one piece of my heart would choose baseball.
I knew that.
This was, I guess that's like a bigger piece of what I'm trying to say in the seat that I sit in now to y'all, is like, I have this tattoo here. That's the day I had surgery. And when that happened, I thought that was the worst thing that ever happened to me. It was at that time. My whole identity revolved around baseball. And yeah, toast to Tommy, yeah. And then just a few years later, I was tattooing it on my wrist in celebration of it happening, because it was really the best thing that ever happened to me. And then here we are 15 years later saying, thankful for the lows. My concept of what I'm trying to say is, when shit's going down, like in your life, if we could not judge it as good or bad and just understand that you have to just roll and flow with life, you know? Life, whatever is happening, if you allow it to be working with you and happening for you, not to you, you know what I mean? Where I really do. I feel like that was the best thing that ever happened. And just 3-4 years before that, I thought it was the worst thing. So you have to let life guide you in ways. Sometimes it's hard for you to understand, but it is really a microcosm of like how I feel about life, you know? And what I'm trying to leave you guys with is as bad shit happens, let it happen. Try to roll with it. Try to be thankful for it. It's easier said than done, but man, I really genuinely would not go back to play baseball even if I never got hurt. This felt like my real path, you know? And without the injury, I would have never known that, you know? So, yeah.
I need you to sign this too, by the way.
I'll sign it. I'll come sign these before I go. Let's go right here.
First off, Mike, we fucking love you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Loves you. You're
Thank
like
you
her
very
idol.
much.
She fucking loves you.
I love you all
Please
too.
sign the hat. Please sign the hat.
I will.
But my question was, what's your favorite song to sing? Like your
Favorite song to
favorite
sing?
song of all your songs.
I guess I kind of answered it already a little bit. I mean, I like Rodman a lot. On the new album, for reasons I won't get into, the Dive Bar song is very special to me. It went through a lot of shit, that song. I had a lot of highs and lows. There was, at certain points, that was going to be a big #1 song, and I was going to do a record deal and have a big major artist on it. And then, yeah. And I don't know. I don't really write songs to be, I guess, I don't know. It's not really, to the average person who just listens to music, it might not make sense, but there are like hit song structures. Like this is how you write a hit song, right? There's rules to it. There's a little bit of math to it if you get into music theory. Now, for me, I don't do any of that. I'm not musically trained at all. I really don't know what I'm doing. But that song happened in a split instant, and I do feel like it was the first song where I just kind of freestyled like a song that's actually a hit in regards to the structure of it, you know what I mean? So I would say on this tour, Rodman, and then Dive Bar on the new album, just because I know all the shit I went through with that song, you know? But I like singing them all, you know, I really do. They're all they're just pieces of my life, these songs, you know, so.
We just appreciate that, like you said before, like everything you write is authentic. It's not just you're trying to come up with a catchy single to get hits and get people to listen to it.
It's the only way I know how to do it.
We love it. We appreciate you.
Thank
we
you
love
so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's go right here. Let's go right here in the other jersey. I know you, Benny, right?
Hey, how are you? Benny B, what's up, bro?
Benny made the, if you guys went to the tour website and you voted on the set list, Benny did that tech right here. He made that for us, so give it up for Benny. You guys don't realize I literally use the Steves for everything. Like, there's so many talented Steves along the way. So.
Chief Nerd Officer for the homies.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it, man.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I got 2 comments and 1 question.
Okay.
First comment, love that you kept the Chief Wahoo. Shout out Cam.
Yep.
And number 2, I want you to give a shout out to my boy Dylan here. He had his first child last
Amazing.
week.
Congratulations.
Landon, yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, so can we get a little shout out to Landon for the camera?
Hey, Landon. Hey, how are you?
Thanks,
Congrats.
Steve. And on to my question. So, talk a lot about one more album, potentially last tour. Nobody wants that, but potentially. And for your growth right now, and talking about hanging your cleats for your second career, at a venue where Post Malone has played, how do you, if there is a retirement, how do you keep the career fresh? How do you refresh it? With you living somewhere remote on a beach that's private as you. Could it be AI?
Could it be AI in regards to making my music, you mean? Or what do you mean?
Keeping it fresh. How do you stay in the scene with this audience that has been growing exponential? It's been hockey sticked.
Yeah. There's a bigger life lesson in that. It was like when you, I talked about it on a recent Touring's Boring we put out on Only Steves, but when you kind of let go of the things that you desire and you just let God take it, you know? And you don't have to be religious to understand what I'm saying, but kind of just let go of the desires or the needs. I used to have a period of my life where I really, really wanted to have the success I'm having now. And I think a bigger life lesson in that is when you put all that to bed and you just literally pour your heart into what you're doing, and you have pure intentions and you try to do the best stuff you can. You know what I mean? And whatever walk of life that may be, I really feel like that rears the best results. And personally, whether this success happened or not, obviously, you know, we've taken a big step forward recently. My intentions or my path going forward of maybe retiring, it has nothing to do with the results. It's a choice that I'm making in my heart, you know what I mean? If I could explain it to you in a short format, it would just be, there's other aspects of my life that I haven't really felt like I've gotten to live. You know, I want to start a family. You know, I've met an amazing woman who, you know, I want to dedicate my time to her. I want to learn how to become a real partner. You know what I mean? As a middle-aged man at this point, there's so many phases of being a man that I haven't even really been able to explore or execute or become. And as much as the world looks from the outside and says, man, that's crazy, you're the most successful, you can't retire now. You know what I mean? It actually has nothing to do with what anyone else thinks. It's totally detached from what anyone else thinks. And that's a peaceful place to be, man. And that's what I try to share with you guys the most, is that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve, and you can take your life wherever you want to take it, totally detached from what anyone else thinks. And I don't know if this is the end. I know it's kind of close, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm gonna find a way to stay in touch with the Steves and give back to the Steves. And that's kind of what we're quietly doing with Only Steves, making a place where I can continue to release songs and podcasts and stay in contact with you guys as we go. Plus the businesses we've really built, the Stevenson Ranch, the clothing. I'm gonna turn Stevenson Ranch into a hotel next. Oh. Yeah. So it'll be like a small boutique hotel and get into the real estate side and make a destination for the Steves to commune, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that an exclusive for the Cleveland Steves here?
I've never said that to anyone yet, so there you go. There you go. Cheers,
Appreciate
my guy.
you, Steve.
Cheers, man.
Told him you never know.